And a renowned human rights activist and lawyer has appealed to the kidnappers to release the 110 schoolgirls. Aisha Alkali Wakil says she believes the Abu Musab Al-Barnawi-led faction of Boko Haram is behind the mass abduction. No group has claimed responsibility, but Boko Haram carried out the abduction of hundreds of schoolgirls in Chibok in 2014. Wakil has been credited with the release of some hostages via negotiations with the militant leaders. We can now cross over to Lagos to hear more from CGTN's Deji Badmus. First off, Nigerian authorities say they're following several leads on the missing girl. So what more do we know about that?
Well, Beatrice, other than what they have said, the security agencies have not said anything at all. The government has not said how the rescue operation or the operation it is carrying out is going. What we have been told is that the Air Force Chief is in Yobe State to coordinate the aerial surveillance now that the Air Force is carrying out there. As of yesterday, we were told that the Air Force had done about 200 hours. By today, of course, that would have gone up. But we understand that the search for the girls is quite intensive and that the military is determined to conclude this as quickly as possible. But so far, nothing has actually come true.
Well, Deji, a top Boko Haram negotiator believes the Abu Musab Al-Barnawi is responsible for the kidnappings. Can you tell us more about his faction?
Well, the Abu Musab Al-Barnawi faction is actually led by a guy who is known as Habib. Habib is actually the son of the founder of Boko Haram. I'm talking about the original founder of Boko Haram, Muhammad Yusuf. At some point, he changed his name to Al-Barnawi. He of course, broke away from the Abubakar Shekau group because he used to be the spokesperson of Boko Haram as a whole. But at some point, they had disagreement. He broke away and then formed his own group and named it, affiliated to ISIL now. So it's actually known as the Boko Haram. As a matter of fact, the ISIL branch of Boko Haram in West Africa. Well, they've been carrying out attacks, of course, across not just Nigeria, around the border areas, of Nigeria, Cameroon, and Chad. Well, but we've never heard before now that they carried out any kind of attack of this nature. So no group has yet claimed responsibility for it. No faction now has claimed responsibility. But Aisha Wakil is someone who is very close to Boko Haram, and that is why whatever she says would definitely carry weight. So I believe that with time, a group, a faction will claim responsibility for this, and then there will be actual confirmation. But it is beginning to look like this was actually done for ransom purposes. But, you know, we just have to wait because, I mean, the Chibok girls, we understand, even though the government has refused to say anything about it, we understand money actually exchanged hands before Boko Haram released those girls. So it's possible that this faction, the Al-Barnawi faction, was inspired by that, and they've decided to do this to make money, you know, to raise money to continue their campaign of terror.
And then, of course, all this coming after the 2014 Chibok abduction. So just how angry are people there? I mean, what sort of toll has these developments taken on Nigerians?
To be candid, Beatrice, to say Nigerians are angry would be an understatement. People are angry. People are really shocked and angry that this could happen. Just some 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, you know, the Chibok abduction, of course, happened in 2014. Nobody had expected that this was going to happen. Nobody had expected that a school that would have about over 1,000 girls will just be left unsecured. So that is why people are really angry, and it's part of the reason why you can see the police and the military are trading blame as to who should have provided security around that town now. So people are definitely angry, and people are mounting enormous pressure on the government to ensure that this is resolved as quickly as possible, that we do not have another Chibok situation. Nobody, for instance, ever believed that the Chibok situation would last up to this period. As we speak today, over 100 of the girls are still with their captors. So people don't want to see a repeat of that. People want this to be resolved as quickly as possible. So they're mounting pressure on the government to actually do something very quickly to get these girls released, however the government intends to do it. So the government is not sitting easy on this at all.
All right, Deji Badmus joining us there from Lagos with an update on the Dapchi girls from Yobe State.